Ashley was with Bieber's style guide or whatever.
Right.
And Vanessa was with somebody else.
Now, why did Vanessa say that she was scared of you on set? Because she said you sat in the corner and read books the entire time, and you were in character.
That's scary.
You were
So tell me this: how is that in character? If I'm reading books, that character hasn't read a book in his life.
Right. I was going to say, how do you stay in character?
She said she was scared of you.
The only way I stayed in character is that I couldn't take my cornrows out. You know what I mean? So that's how I stayed in character.
So you don't stay in character the whole time?
She wasn't scared of me. I was very nice, and
She said she was scared.
Maybe she was scared because she had never done a film like this before. So
I think
she's
reading
being
is
asked
scary.
to do a kind of acting where she's much more vulnerable.
Because she's like a teen, nice kid, and then all of a sudden now she's like in a gangbang scene or something.
Yeah, and Harmony, makes his movies. He puts people in scary situations. We went to real locations where there are real gangsters around. We went to this pool hall. There were guns around. There was bad stuff that was going on just before we got there. So,
but she shouldn't be afraid of you.
My character kind of fit into that environment. So maybe, in her head it was
so you don't stay in character like Daniel Day-Lewis the entire time.
Here's what I appreciate that approach. And here's what I appreciate. What it does is it gives you practice. It trains your body and mind to be in that character. So if you have a character with an accent that is not your own, and you use that accent all the time, it's only going to help you. It's going to only make you feel more comfortable with that. So you don't have to.
It's got to be organic.
So you don't think about it. You want to, when you act, you want to be as relaxed as possible. So if playing the character off screen gives you the practice to enable you to be relaxed, I say go for it.
Absolutely.
But if you are doing that character off screen to sort of get attention for what you're doing, to me that's just sort of silly, especially as a grown man. Like, if you're doing that to get attention,
it's desperate.
It's like weird.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for practice so that you're the most relaxed and feel the most natural playing that character on screen, and you're not thinking about it and it becomes secondhand, I say go for it.
Yeah, because like Daniel Day-Lewis was riding the subway as Lincoln. I mean, he was, and was like, didn't Lincoln?
I doubt he rode the subway.
Did
Lincoln didn't
ride the subway?
Probably,
Give me a break.
I can't believe I'm in the future as Lincoln.
I think he actually walked to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
or took a horse and buggy
and split rails.
I think he did. I mean, I think he rode a horse to work on the
So
Crucible.
you were not in your new movie. You were not in character 24/7.
Maybe the accent stayed with me just because I have a weird and embarrassing thing that I just do. It's a habit where I'll take on somebody's accent that I'm talking to, and I probably just kept the accent. But it's not like I kept my
what was your accent
grill
in the movie?
and
what were you like a Puerto Rican or a black accent?
Southern? No, like just Southern, but
he was a black guy.
Southern gangster.
Like what? Hey yo, ma.
Yeah.
Yo, ma.
Not
like that?
Oh
ma.
God!
No, I never said ma. But,
I said that. What did you say?
Just like spring break, y'all. I said y'all a lot. Let's spring break, y'all, like that. But
so so you have to stay in character in order to keep that going.
But you don't stay in character to the point where I wasn't smoking blunts off screen. I wasn't saying let's go get some
Do you get
bitches
high at
with
all?
Big booties or anything.
People
like
always think you're high, but I don't.
Yeah.
You do get high?
No, I don't
at all. Right?
No.
It's just it's acting.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I have a way of talking that I played a stone. I played several stoners. I have a way of talking where I guess it's slow. I have very squinty eyes, so I guess it appears like I'm stoned.
And people thought you were stoned that night on the Oscars because you were. But you know what? Here's my theory on why you acted the way you did on the Oscars. Tell me if I'm even close.
Okay.
That girl, Anne Hathaway, is such a big personality.
Yeah.
That when I'm around people with those kind of big personalities, even in a work environment, I just clam up because they don't give you fucking room to do shit.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to that?
I'm going to try and say all of this without trying to sound defensive because I'm not defensive. I did it. I did my best.
Did you at any time feel that you dropped out Because that was one of the claims that eventually you stopped doing the show.
Maybe I did. You know what? I haven't gone back and watched the broadcast. This is what I felt I was doing. It's similar to what Howard is saying, but in a nicer way. Ann is big, and a lot of her bits called for her to be big. I've learned from doing comedies and buddy comedies that you usually have a straight man and a wild man or funny person.
Right.
She was obviously going for the big part.
Yes.
And instinctively, I know as a performer, okay, let's not have two big people competing with each other and just trying to overdo each other with the bigness. I'll go the straight man role.
Right.
Maybe I went too far and became the subdued and stoned
almost
man.
absent.
But you didn't do it because you were ashamed or embarrassed by her or any of that?
No, let's not all put it all on her, because it's not, it wasn't just, Ann and I there. There's a team of writers, a team of producers.
Were you unhappy with the writing?
Yes,
right.
But
I get it.
But
when did you know? Did you try to back out? Did you try to get out of the thing?
I guess
I didn't try to get out of it.
Right.
I mean, I knew that bits had been cut that were good bits that were going to give it life had been cut before. So I knew. Yes.
Did you complain?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't listen.
I fought for it. I mean, there was a bit where I was gonna perform as Cher. I'm not a singer like Cher.
Right.
Her song from this movie called Burlesque had been winning all the awards. It won the Golden Globe. They thought it was going to be nominated for the Oscars. It wasn't. So at first they pulled the bit then. I said to them, and Judd Apatow said to them, you need this bit. Because Judd was helping write some of this stuff. You need this bit for 2/3 into the show. Do not fall into the trap of just doing an opening monologue and then just being kind of these ushers for the rest of the show. You need a full performance or bit in the 2/3 of the way through to keep it alive. And we were going to do it then. They pulled it. I said, please. This is if I do this, this will be what people talk about. It'll be
it might be the game changer for that night. They just need one good funny bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they pulled it. I don't know whose call it was, but
isn't it awful when you have to work in committee like that?
A few days before they said, yeah, we're not.
Were you thrilled when they slammed Seth MacFarlane and stuff in the sense that, hey, you know what? It just proves.
Did that take the onus off of you?
Yeah, like it's just like, you know what? It just proves this gig is just not
easy.
Does.
I mean, I wasn't happy. I think Seth tried his best. So I don't want Seth to be punished, but it does show. I mean, after me, it was Billy Crystal. They said, "Okay, let's go to the old faithful," and they bashed him. And then you know what I mean? So it's like,
you know what I'm going to do for you? Another time, I'm going to get Anne Hathaway in here, and you're going to do the Cher bit. So you can prove to everybody just how great it was. Finally. Now listen, the new movie. Okay, listen. I've had you in here for an hour and 20 minutes.
And Ann and I made up, by the way. Let's just get that on the record.
Did it create bad blood?
It was a really hard time after the Oscars.
Right after the Oscars, was everything okay, or was she angry with you that night?
I'm not talking about her. No, she wasn't mad at me. I don't think she didn't say she was mad at me for what happened. The critics were so nasty. I mean, it felt like it couldn't be just this what happened on the night of the Oscars. They had to be after me for something else because it was so nasty. And as much as I knew going in that, okay, this could go bad, and I'm ready to take that because I'm doing this not to be the best host. I'm doing this as an adventure. I will do the best that I can. If it doesn't work out, I'm okay with that because my dream is not to be the best host of the Oscars ever.
Right.
So I was fine with, the criticism, but it just felt so brutal.
Do you think in a way it ruins your adventurous spirit? Like you're the type of guy that's like, you know what? I'll take a weird role.
Chances, yeah.
I'll do this and that. But if I do it, then everyone bashes me and it doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. It hasn't stopped me from doing anything that I do. But what's annoying is that people have worked up this label like, oh, James is just crazy, or he's, amateur Renaissance man or something like that. When what I'm doing, has maybe a fun or free spirit to it, but I also, there's a side of it that is very serious to me. I hate that, there are, categories that we put people into. And I'm sure that you felt this, although you have been very successful in your other ventures. I'm sure you've gotten criticism when you try and venture out of your role.
I'll give you a perfect example. A couple of years ago, I wanted to make a movie called Fart Man, and I thought it would have been a scream, not taking itself seriously. And a guy wrote it named J.F. Lawton, who wrote Pretty Woman, and he wrote Under Siege. I mean, the guy, top writer, every studio wanted him to write, and he wrote this script. And I found myself going, this was instead of, I was going to do this before Private Parts, and I said, if I do this movie, there's going to be this people go, oh, fucking Stern, Fart Man, blah, 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 blah. And I got all caught up in it. So I never made the movie because I was more concerned with sort of the impact it would have and what people would say. It was the only time in my career I kind of went, maybe I shouldn't. Normally I don't even think about it, just do it. And that's how I made my career. But to this day, I still think that movie would have been fun for people to see. Yeah. It would have been good. So who knows?
Yeah, exactly. So you can't think about that, but it had a psychosomatic effect on me after all the shit. If I say this,
Go ahead.
This is the only thing that's going to be
Take a
quoted from our
chance.
interview.
But what was the psychosomatic? You got an illness from it?
I got a hemorrhoid.
Right. Well, that makes sense to me.
I flew that
pain
night
in the
after the
ass.
Oscars. I was supposed to have a party. I was, just so upset about the show.
You knew right away.
I got on a plane. I had a class at Yale the next morning, and I said, you know what? I was planning to miss that class. I'm just going to go to class. So I got on a plane, a red eye that night, landed, drove to New Haven, and went to my medieval manuscripts class at Yale. And believe me, and I was still in my suit from the Oscars.
The tuxedo?
Everybody was very surprised and to see me. And then I had a week that I just spent in a hotel in New Haven where I just kind of recovered because it was so intense.
Yeah.
And I nursed my hemorrhoid.
Yeah. Have you had the hemorrhoid since? No. Wow.
It's only from hosting the Oscars.
Wow.
From the criticism.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now you're still making these crazy kind of whacked out movies, right? Are you working on something or have just worked on something now that has to do with porn?
Oh. Now, it's not a whacked out movie. It's I think a very interesting movie. I'm not just, it's not silly. It's maybe perceived as whacked out or crazy because
I know what this is.
I'm a mainstream actor, but I am making a film about, bondage pornography.
Right.
But
more like a documentary?
It's a documentary.
Yeah, right.
It's not like I'm engaging in it.
That weird website that has all the sex...
Kink.com.
We had them in here. They showed
Did
off...
you?
Yeah, they were demonstrating half that crap.
They're like the masters of that.
I didn't know you're making a film about that.
We went to their place in San Francisco and made a documentary. It's really good.
So when's your new movie come out? It comes James Franco's in Spring Breakers in theaters
now. It opened wide this weekend and did very, very well for that size movie, Yeah,
I mean, you having sex with all those hot chicks, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
And so you're really single right now. I mean, if a woman wants to date you, how does she get in touch with you? And with you?
I don't know. What do you
What's
suggest?
the best way to get in touch with you for sex?
Maybe call.
When's the last time you had sex? Like seriously, when is the last time you had sex with a woman?
Howard.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
I don't know.
Well,
with a woman, like he has sex with other things?
I don't know. By the way, hey, you know what? You turned down sex with Lindsay Lohan, didn't you? You could have had her.
Oh, God.
Oh,
but back when she was a lot hotter.
Poor Lindsay.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, you friends with her
She was a mess
still?
even then, huh?
I haven't talked to her in a while.
You were thinking of going out with her, right?
No. I was, we were friends.
How'd you know her?
How'd I know her? I met her, I think, through friends. I met her, and then there was a moment where I was staying at the Chateau Marmont Hotel because my house in L.A. was being redone. So I did this thing where I just stayed at the hotel, and she had been living there for a couple years.
Wow.
So we were just basically
out.
living in the same place, and so I got to know her.
And you turned her down sexually.
Oh,
I mean,
did she
I don't
throw
want to
herself?
like brag about it, but
Well, hey,
I don't know how that got
I would have
out.
done her.
Well,
I mean, she said, "Hey, you can have sex with me," and you said no. You just weren't feeling it.
Is that
I
how
mean,
it
she
goes?
was. You know, you look at.
She's beautiful.
She was. You know, was having issues even then. So
You sense trouble.
You feel weird. I mean, honestly,
It's too much responsibility.
she
to
was
fuck her.
she was a friend. I've met a lot of people that are troubled. And sometimes you don't want to do that.
Smart man. You know, I don't think like that. I think
You
with
would
my
have
dick.
seen that as an opportunity.
I admire you for that because I'm telling you, yeah, I see somebody weak. I go, I could pick them off. They'll have sex with me, and I'm very I'm like a predator, you know. Anyway, listen to it. I think like you do after I have sex. I go, oh shit, I shouldn't have gotten involved in this.
So with this documentary, is it going to be released wide, or
We're talking
is
about
this...
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, please.
Come on.
He didn't have sex with her.
You mean to tell me you're not seeing anyone right now, James? Is that really true? I mean, if a woman
Maybe
wants...
he's seeing a lot of people and he can't...
Are you dating? What's your story? So the ladies know. Give the ladies
Let's say I'm dating.
You're dating.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say like that? Let's say I'm dating.
Because
He's not ready to come clean.
No,
yeah, I mean, there's nothing to like.
There's no big revelation.
Talk about. But I mean, I feel like.
Life's great, huh?
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. I'm mixed about the whole thing. I do. You know, I'm getting older. I do. I would like a long-term relationship.
You ain't that.
Have you gotten a house again? Did you make up the money you lost going to school?
No, because now I spend all my money on my projects. So yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
What do you want,
Howard,
Gary?
tell him.
I'm an idiot.
Hey, don't put any of your own money in your project.
I know.
Go ahead.
I think it's time for him to go. It's been over an hour and a half.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
This
We
interrogation
could
has
keep
been
going,
over an
too.
hour and a half.
I got to tell you,
could keep
I
going.
got a million questions for
Yeah,
you, dude.
yeah.
I mean, you're an interesting man.
I'd love to come back.
Yeah, come back sometime, will you?
Okay,
Don't
yeah.
be a stranger.
Okay.
He has to get to class. I know.
I have a movie coming out with Seth this summer. Maybe I'll come back.
Come in then.
Yeah, definitely.
I got to ask you about Milk and making out with Sean Penn. And
Yeah.
we never even got into that story about Sean Penn and how you ended up having lunch with the dude, and then he got you.
Oh,
I know,
right.
'cause you
So the
keep
advice.
jumping topics.
What was the advice?
The advice was, he says, if you do a movie that you believe in and you work with the people that you believe in, if it doesn't perform for the critics or in box office wise, just don't look back. And he quoted some race car movie. There's an Italian guy gets into the car with his partner. First thing he does is he rips off the rear view mirror and throws it out the window. And his friend's like, what are you doing? He says, where we're going, we don't need to look behind us. And so if you believe in what you're doing, you don't let that stuff bother you. The problem was early on, I wasn't doing the movies that I believed in.
Right.
Now that I do the projects that I believe in,
You're happier.
I don't have to worry about that
Was
stuff
it
as
weird
much.
making out with the guy?
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird, right?
Yeah,
Did you tongue him?
Yeah, we tongued.
You tongued.
Oh, yeah.
Is that why you get gay
Did you
rumors
get
and
a
stuff?
boner
If you
then?
Did you consider not taking that role? Because you know any guy who plays a gay guy, even today in this Hollywood, right away you get tagged being gay. But you didn't care.
That's
right?
not true.
Oh, please.
It's true.
It
but
is true.
It's true.
Oh, stop it.
But this
You get tagged that way. If you're an actor in Hollywood, you get tagged that way whether you do gay roles or not.
Anyway.
right. But you don't care, do you?
I don't care, and it didn't bother me for a second.
Did you think you could pull this off and make it look real?
What do you mean look real? You kiss?
Did you guys? Hey, James, seriously, James, did you guys have to rehearse that and stuff? Like, did you have to make out with him?
No.
You
Yeah,
just
how
did it-
many times?
James, you just did that on set with Sean when you make out with him and stuff. That was it. Like, in other words, you didn't go back to like a hotel and say, "Hey,
No,
we
we
got to
didn't
practice."
We
this.
both know how
Or
to
get
kiss.
into the
I mean,
trailer
we
and-
both kissed people before.
Do you get
It was-
nauseous? I'm being serious now. Do you get? Because like if I had to kiss a guy for a movie, I'd want to think I'd be up to it in the sense that like I'm an actor and I want to be able to do it. But at the same
All right,
point,
I'll tell you the situation. I'll lay it out for you. So
Yeah, go ahead.
We shot that movie in San Francisco, which was kind of amazing because we shot Harvey Milk worked in a camera shop, and
Right.
he ran his campaigns out of this camera shop on Castro Street. It's no longer a camera shop, but they got the building. I think it's an antique store now. They rented it, redid it as it was. So we shot in the actual place where the guy
Crazy.
worked and lived. It was kind of amazing and very powerful. So we're in that camera shop. We know, okay, here's one of the big kiss scenes.
Right.
The two characters are going to sit out in front, and Gus says, I've just got this shot where I start close on you and do a long pull out. So you guys are going to have to kiss for like a minute or more.
Wow.
So Sean and I we're friends at that point. But it's like, okay, here it is. We didn't really discuss it, but it's like, okay, here it is. Sean's like making jokes like, all right, how about them Raiders? Yeah. We go out.
Clearly, he doesn't stay in
Got to say
character.
a couple of butch things, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So then we do it, but it's out on Castro Street, just behind the camera. The whole community has come out.
Right.
There are literally 200, maybe 300 people there watching as we do our first kiss.
All right.
We're kissing. Okay, all right. I know how to do this. Use the tongue. Okay, fine. I'm kind of feeling his beard. All right, that feels a little different than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
All right. After 30 seconds, you kind of psych yourself out like, okay, it's just a kiss. After 30 seconds, all right, I'm thinking, I cannot deny what I'm doing now. And I literally, this is what I thought. Oh my God, I'm kissing Spicoli. I'm kissing, I'm kissing, and you get that moment where it's like, do I stop? And you have to just push through,
Right.
and do it. And then
Did you feel nauseous at all? I'm being serious. I don't mean that. Because it's not your thing.
I didn't feel nauseous. It was just a new sensation. You know what I mean? It's
How
like,
many takes did you have to do of that?
I think we did it twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But do you
That
get
one.
any kind of quivering at all about?
Yeah, he had a big boner.
Yeah, and I mean, this is nice, or this is.
God, if hosting the Oscars gave you hemorrhoids, imagine what the makeout scene did in Milk.
No. Because, I mean, here's what you learn. It didn't do it for me. I definitely didn't get wood that day either.
Right.
But it's just kissing another person. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's hard.
It didn't do it for me, but it wasn't
It
like.
was a great role, my friend.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, do you and Sean kiss every time you meet now? Because you just did that.
Broke the ice.
Exactly.
You still friends with him? Yeah, but that was a great movie.
Yeah,
Honest
Sean-
to
It
God.
is a great
Did you know
movie.
that was going to be great? I got to stop. Your publicist.
Yeah, they
said
want
you
to
gotta
drag
leave.
him out of
gotta
here.
go.
All right.
No, we knew it was something special. Just going in, you knew it was something special. But and then for me, working with Gus Van Sant and Sean Penn, I mean, you
Yeah,
doesn't get
and then
better.
getting nominated too. I mean, Jesus, that's awesome. Well, you got nominated for
127
You should have been
hours, not
nominated.
that.
You should have been nominated. Fuck it, man. Yeah,
There were a lot of great people in that movie. It was a great cast.
All right, look. See James Franco in Spring Breakers. Man put in an hour and a half here.
Gotta
tonight.
go see it.
Thank you very much.
Publicist has to take him away. But,
Where's he going? To class, as you said?
yeah, he's got to go to class.
I'm doing Letterman tonight, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you
Oh,
better go
yeah, that's
prepare.
going to.
That'll tax you.
I got to go prepare.
All right, listen, James, I'm really glad you came
Yeah.
in. We're going to take a break. We'll do some news for you right after these words. Professor James Franco.
So, James, before you went in, you mentioned being nervous, not really sure of the direction of the interview.
Yeah.
Nearly an hour and a half later, super conversational, super comfortable. How does Howard do that?
He's I don't know if he's like this with everyone, but he's a nice guy. I got along with him. I like him. So it's easy to talk to him, and he's smart.
It seems like you guys made almost an instantaneous connection. It was like within 30 seconds you sat down, the nerves went away. How does he, separate himself from all the other interviews you do?
Well, one difference is we have more time, so you can just go, more into depth. One painful thing about doing interviews is you just get asked the same superficial questions all the time. Here, you get to talk about the good stuff and in a way that's interesting. So that's one huge difference. I enjoy his the way he mixes his interest in the art and the personal. He does it in a really good way, and I think that's kind of
a crossover that I'm interested in as well. I don't know if I would ever be an on-air, radio host. I don't know if I could ever do it, but I'm interested in investigating the same things he is.
So if you ever were to take that type of leap, you would do it in the Howard Stern style, probably. That genuine interest.
Yeah, I mean, I do interviews for Playboy magazine, so I do try and conduct my interviews in a similar way where I talk about the art and I talk about the person, how they go together. I don't ask about sex lives as much, but Stern has carved that kind of area out for himself, so nobody's surprised when he asks about it.
Yeah, the boner question isn't coming out of left field for you.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much. It was a great interview.
All right, thanks.
They kind of had like 3 seconds to read the paper this morning, but the guy who's the commissioner of the fire department, I guess his son works in the fire department, of course. He got his boy's job.
He's an EMT, actually.
EMT, training to be a fireman. So I guess the kid is a dodo head and like tweeted out racist comments and anti-Jewish comments.
He doesn't like anybody, apparently.
Now his dad has to apologize for the kid, and they booted the kid out of the fire department. Oh, my God. What's the matter with you? I'm the fire commissioner. All you have to do is go to work. You could have ruined everything for the family. I worked so hard to become fire commissioner. You're dopey. I told you not to be stupid. But I was on Twitter. I thought it was Twitter. What is that?
Tweets.
Tweet. I'll give you tweet. Who? Tweet. He's on tweet. No, I'm on Twitter. He's on what? Tweet. He needed my dad. My dad would have straightened him out.
I found 2 that are really, really good. First of all, they kept saying he used a racist word, a slang word.
Yeah.
So it says, newsflash to half of the island. You're white. Stop talking like a schwoog.
Shvug.
It says S-H-W-O-O-G.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Yes, that's a shvug.
No, it's S-C-H-V-O. Like, but the kid doesn't know Yiddish. Shvug. That's the shvuggy buzzer.
Yeah.
Then the actual quote was, I like Jews about as much as Hitler. # too far? Nope.
Wow. I like he's so funny. He's like a comedian. # too far.
Right. Well, you also have to wonder why you have all this time if you're supposed to be doing a job.
I want to know how the word shvug,
to be so clever.
The racist term shvug got morphed into schwug.
Well, shvug, I'm thinking he's using the W as a V like Europeans do.
All I know is the Yiddish language is dying. No one's getting it right anymore. Shvug. Can you imagine? What the hell does that even mean? Shvuggy. When Gary worked...
Shvuggy buzzer.
Yeah, when Gary worked in Hempstead, they had a little buzzer called the Shvuggy buzzer. So, like, if a black guy walked in the store, they kind of hit the button, and then you had to go up and trail the guy. There it is.
Gary had to trail the guy.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go. Gary will do anything you tell him. That's why I like him.
Gary's like a bloodhound.
Yeah, that's why he's my producer. When I heard the Shvuggy buzzer story, I said, there's a guy.
That's my boy.
That's my boy. Imagine I go to Gary, whenever I see black people, I want to hit the Shvuggy buzzer, and you should follow them. Okay, both. That's why I hired
Is that the
you.
one right here?
He put that high on his resume. I said, it's a racist thing, but man, the guy's loyal.
First of all, I was 15 years old. Second of all, they didn't.
Well, and that's an excuse.
They didn't say it was black people.
Right.
It's just every time they pushed the buzzer, it was black people. They didn't say there's blacks.
Oh, that's fine.
One buzz. I swear to God, this is just one buzz meant there's people that need to be followed. 2 buzzes meant there's so many people that need to be followed. Don't come out alone.
Right.
And 3 buzzes was call the police.
Wow.
Did you ever get the 3 buzzers?
Never.
Did you ever get the 2 buzzers?
Once, but I will tell you, I don't know if I told you this part. There was a really
the Shvuggy buzzer rang twice. Was on high alert.
There was a really attractive black woman, young, that I worked with in the back. We used to open boxes. I mean, really pretty. And every time that buzzer would buzz, her body language would just fucking pissed her off.
You mean she knew about the Shvuggy buzzer?
Of course.
Wow.
They had to tell all the employees, Howard.
Well,
You
again,
might have to bring her out.
They didn't say it's for black people, but when you buzz, the only people out there were
Did you
black
ever
people.
get to ring the Shwuggy buzzer?
No. I was
Who is in charge of the Shwuggy? The boss?
yeah.
That's a very important duty.
Let me ask you something. I hired you because you're so, loyal. You'll even, follow the. I've hired you because of the Shwuggy buzzer, but like when I asked you to wear a jacket, a sports jacket for the photo shoot I did of you, you defied me, and yet I hired the guy who would ring a Shwuggy buzzer. What is it about me that doesn't inspire that kind of loyalty?
It's not you at all. I've grown.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like where you've grown.
He wouldn't ring the Shwuggy buzzer anymore. He wouldn't answer.
First of all, I didn't have access to it.
Wolf, I'm not wearing a jacket to your photo shoot.
It was right
Hey,
under.
wait a second, young man. Weren't you the guy I hired who rang the Shwuggy buzzer?
That was then. This is now.
Never rang it. It was.
I'm a new man.
It was like that doorbell thing. It was right underneath the cash
boon.
register.
Right. So how many times would you say a day you had to answer the Shwuggy buzzer?
It wasn't a daily thing, but it was probably twice a week.
Wow. Were you nervous? Because you're all of a sudden like the guy.
I would listen. I only went out like once or twice. I wasn't the guy.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have been in danger. I mean, maybe.
Well, one time he put me at the door on a Saturday, and he said, "I want you to stand at the door and make sure nobody takes anything." Then somebody else followed people around. It was really a whole operation.
Right.
And I was at the door. I remember I was like 15 years old, and I'm not a big guy, and so I was standing there, and I remember this black guy came up to me, and he goes, "What are you, the bodyguard?" And I go, no. And he goes, "Yeah." Like he looked at me like, if you try to do anything, I'll just kill you. And I was like, "Fine, go take what you want."
Yeah, like that. I mean, what are you gonna do?
I know, but it was.
Let's say the Shwuggy buzzer goes off and you go upstairs and there's activity, like a guy stealing stuff. What are you supposed to do? You're 15 years old. What does the boss want you to do?
It was a woman's clothing store, so it was mostly women who came from the back to follow other women around the store.
So who named it the Shwuggy buzzer?
You.
Oh.
We didn't call it. It was just a buzzer.
Yeah, but it was a racist buzzer
Yes.
because it was all black people.
Yes. I don't remember ever hearing a buzzer and seeing a white person out front.
But did they still lose merchandise?
Probably. I was 15. I was opening boxes in the back 90% of the day.
So wrong.
Avoiding the guy upstairs, the gay guy upstairs who was hitting on me. I was totally propositioned by the guy. Oh,
You had so many problems.
This was the craziest.
You get more gay guys.
No, this was all one job. So I was so. I felt so,
Shwuggy buzzer is ringing in the middle of the gay guy blowing me.
I felt so alienated that nobody talked to me at this job. So this one guy was sort of nice to me, and he seemed like he was a regular guy. Seemed like a good guy. So we'd go up in like this attic area and have lunch. And then he starts telling me these stories. He says, when I was in the Army. Now I'm 15 years old. He goes, when I was in the Army, we'd go out. Sometimes we'd be out for like 6 weeks at a time. Just no women around or anything. And he goes, and sometimes like we'd let another guy blow me. He goes, that doesn't make you gay, right?
Right.
I'm like
No, not at all. What buzzer do you hit for that guy?
so that I will tell you, he
By
tried.
the way, when a white person walked in the store, they played the flute, like a harp, very beautiful. Da-da-da-da-da. Everyone,
A piccolo.
Low alert. Because white people don't steal anything. Honky buzzer. They're like, I can imagine down in the store, you hear the harp, then you hear the buzzer, then you hear the it's constant enough traffic.
You got a symphony going on.
So the guy was constantly offering to like get involved with.
He just kept telling me stories of how gay shit happened when there weren't women around, but it doesn't really make you gay, right?
Right.
And because when I come back, I'm not gay. But then I gave the job to my friend. Like I quit. I gave it to my friend. And I don't know why I didn't tell him about the guy. Maybe
Yeah,
I was
right.
freaked out. I just didn't mention it to him. And my friend, who was a lot better looking than me, said, he was in one of those big bins that's filled with clothing, and he bent over to get a bunch of hangers, and the guy grabbed his ass.
Oh.
And he came back with an elbow, to the guy. He said he thought he killed him.
Wow.
Because he knocked the wind out of the guy. The guy was on the ground gasping for air.
It was
can't do
worth
that.
it.
And then I swear to God, this is a true story. He gave the job to other friends who were twins, who we later found out were gay.
Oh.
So we sent
Finally.
them gay twins.
Right. Perfect.
Aren't you nice?
When I was in the Army, these gay twins blew me.
Can you imagine how happy that guy must have been?
Oh, my God. He's like, oh, thank you, God. Finally, those two stiffs they sent over before were annoying me.
They didn't get it.
Yeah. They're not with the program.
He always tried to make it seem like getting the blowjob from a guy was just very normal behavior.
Yeah.
and
Because, there's no women around. What are you going to do?
exactly.
Hey, but you're working in a women's clothing store, dude. They're women.
That's
But
right.
then one day, now that
Yeah, we're
God,
not in the Army.
this is so weird because this literally just came back to me. One day, he told me some story about putting some sort of lubrication in a guy's ass, and,
Oh.
and I just stopped having lunch with him.
The Army was fun.
Should have been like, really? Can you show me how to do that? How did he justify putting lubrication in a guy's ass?
Again, they're out away from women for a long period of time. It's not
So he
gay.
basically fucked the guy in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then was
He
he
was
like,
getting
hey,
you ready for all kinds of things.
yeah, he had all kinds of ideas.
See, I'm
for
not
you.
as impressionable and loyal as you think.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
God, I'm thinking about that guy now, and it's really pissing me off.
I think,
just a
I think
kid.
the button you hit when black people walk in the store is pretty bad, too.
Listen,
It's like a house of horrors.
The whole place for minimum wage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I like for minimum wage, they expect you to come upstairs and tail
And
black
risk
people.
your life.
Like,
And-
like be a police officer.
And be back with the manager's brisket sandwich within 15 minutes, and then he just throw it at you and go, "Where's the fucking mustard?" And, like that kind of shit.
Did the black girl ever have to go up and trail black people?
I think so once.
Wow.
I think so.
Wow. What's she gonna do?
She needed the job.
Yeah, but I mean, how's she gonna? Like, so let's say she sees somebody stealing something.
I think their idea was that if they thought somebody was going to steal and they saw somebody trailing them, they wouldn't steal.
Right.
You're the deterrent.
I'm Detective Gary. Excuse me.
No stealing on my watch.
Gary, the discussion about, let's call it the S button,
Yes.
and the gay man, military man hitting on you, does that conjure up good feelings or horrifically fearful feelings from back in the day?
The gay stuff is like no big deal to me because I remember wasn't buying into it for a second. And I never felt like I was in danger. I wasn't like the guy put his hands on me or anything. But I think back at it now and it pisses me off because I think that there are other people who are impressionable that, that's sort of a predator. Forget about the fact whether it's gay or not gay. It's a 40-year-old man and a 15-year-old boy. Or if they're a 15-year-old girl, it's still underage. So I thought that was the part that was really crappy. The button thing, I just always felt uncomfortable when it buzzed. I mean, I didn't go out there all the time, and I knew it was weird and wrong, and, it just, like I said, it was a 15-year-old kid making minimum wage opening boxes in the back of a clothing store.
Gary, in your opinion, has society evolved from the point of that S button?
No, they're just better at hiding it. I think the people who are the fucking racists are still the racists. They just do a better job of not being overt about it.
It's not announced via buzzer anymore.
Right. Now it's just a video camera.
How does all this stuff keep getting out that I'm replacing Jay
That you're
Leno?
replacing Jay Leno.
Yeah. By the way, no comment on this one.
Yeah, you said that about Dancing with, America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Well, let's just put it this way. No comment. But remember what I told you on the phone that day, Jay, many years ago? That job you love so much. Can you imagine what's going on with this guy, Jay Leno? He must be, you know me, I'm no Jay fan. I think he's a fucking robot head. But good Lord, the guy's #1 in late night, and every story is how they're looking to get rid of him.
Yeah, they can't stand him over there, apparently.
Imagine you're #1 and they're cutting your pay and and Jay
Well,
just...
they already took the show from you once when you were #1.
What a life. What do I have to do? No one wants me. Everyone hates him, even though he's #1.
When you take over the show,
Yeah.
will you keep Stuttering John as a staff writer?
Oh, no, he's going. Trust me. I'm cleaning house.
Nobody stays.
Nobody. Everyone's gone. Everyone. Because I'm nutty. Then I'll piss on the grave of Johnny Carson. Fuck Johnny. That's what I'm going to say. That's going to be my opening monologue. Fuck Johnny. Johnny's spinning in his grave now. This big ugly witch took over the Tonight Show. That's me. I figure I got 20 years before I drop dead, and I'm going to disgrace Johnny as a legend for the rest of my life. I'm the one guy who didn't. I'm the one guy who didn't worship. This will be the irony. Letterman just lives to suck Johnny's balls.
Right.
Dave would lube his asshole before he saw Johnny in the case that Johnny wanted to stick his cock in him. And Conan and all of them, they love Johnny. I'm just gonna come out and say I piss on Johnny. Guess what I'm gonna do? When I have a comedian on the Tonight Show, he doesn't have to like wait for me to call him over to the couch because I approve of him. Shithead Johnny. That you see, that's the hypocrisy. Johnny used to beat his wife, but the women.
And everybody would say, "Oh, Johnny's great."
Johnny's great. No, but then they talk about me, and the women go, "Oh, he scares me." You should be scared of Johnny. I'm going to dig up Johnny and put his skull on my desk. I'm gonna fuck his face every night when I'm on the Tonight Show. It's going to be the biggest rating. I'm going to have a 50 share. Who the hell would be watching any other channel as I wheel Johnny's corpse on stage and piss on him and then fuck his skull? Who would dare tune away during that?
Everyone. That woman will be, oh, I can't watch this.
I had a meeting with NBC, the highest level executives yesterday, and I outlined this, and they were loving it. Because they've been grooming me through America's Got Talent to take over.
That's right.
It's fantastic. They said, are you going to clean up your act at all? I go, no, I'm going to fuck Johnny's corpse. They went, fabulous. And we're going to work, Robin's going to work Ed's body. We're bringing that back, the old characters from the Tonight Show. Doc Severinsen, we're going to stuff them and stick them out in front of the band. It's going to be awesome. They loved it. They ate it up. They said, you know what? You're not like Jay. He just takes little pot shots at the network. Bob Greenblatt was hysterical laughing when I told him all of this. He loved it. He goes, yeah, fuck Johnny's skull. He loved it. You should have seen my pitch. It was like a movie. You know how like the guy walks in and they go, Stern's not going to be any good. And I go, oh, yeah?
And then you bowl him over.
Oh, my God. By the time I got to you working Ed McMahon through his asshole, they were loving it. You should have seen who was in there in that meeting. Bob Greenblatt, Steve Burke, Meredith R., Paul Telegdi. And even the NBC lawyers were there because everyone said, well, you better tell this to the lawyers. I said, I'm going to fuck Johnny's skull when you put me on there. And they go, well, wait a second. Lawyers.
Right. They always say no.
They thought they were going to trip. No, the guy goes, where are you going to finish? I go, on Johnny's face. They go, oh, okay. That's funny.
Then it's all
They
right.
loved it. I'm going to go, Johnny, you used to beat your wife. I'm going to beat you, and I'm going to smash his skull. And my first guest, this pitch was unbelievable. This is how I got the gig. Because they were going to go with Fallon.
But you stole it.
Yeah, because you know why? I tell it like it is. They couldn't believe this pitch. In fact, at one point, they gave me a new jacket. It was white with buckles on it. When I was leaving.
That's called a straight jacket.
Yeah, that's what they called it. No, actually, I said, you know who my first guest is going to be? Joan Rivers. She's going to come out and shit on Johnny's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Oh, you're Johnny. It's going to be great. They loved it. They said, this is the freshest pitch we've ever received.
Fresh is one word for it.
Yeah. They said it's different and it's unusual. And if you can give us this kind of quality entertainment every night, there's no one who will tune out. No one. Right? What do you think, Robin?
Well, it definitely will be different.
You would tune in.
I'll be right there working Ed. What are you talking about?
But you'd like to see all of this shenanigans.
I would love to see you on the Tonight Show,
Right.
just as the host.
Right. And then if the ratings start to dip, I know just what I'm going to do. This is what I have in my back pocket. What no late night show host has ever done. I'm going to execute Phil Spector and OJ on camera. We're going to give them anybody who's on death row, we're going to do live executions right on the Tonight Show.
Well, I don't think OJ's on death row.
Well, we'll see. He should be. Ask Nicole's family how they feel. And poor, what's his name, who got killed too? Goldman.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know they'd like to see it.
You're not kidding. Anyway, there it is. That's sort of my game plan. That was my pitch to the NBC executive.
Mr. Harmeyer. even if it was in a tongue-in-cheek manner, Howard spoke about the possibility of taking over the Tonight Show.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically mentioning you as the potential announcer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just, suspend disbelief here and assume there was a hint of seriousness to those comments.
Yes.
Could you pull this off, even
Sure.
if it was in a jokey way?
Sure. I think so. I can read stuff and now, Howard Stern. How'd that sound? Yeah, see? I can fake it, I think, a little bit, don't you think?
I absolutely think you can, and I'm glad to hear this confidence because, something like a block party can sort of terrorize your mind.
Well, I mean, I'm staring at the people there, and I have nothing to say to them. Here, I would have something prepared to say that I, was relevant.
Right.
And, there you go.
And you'd be in a little booth.
I need to be in a booth or off to the side of the stage.
As long as you're not the center of attention.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'd say something to me every now and then, maybe. But, yeah.
But even if you mushed it a little bit, therein lies the humor, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Give us one more for the road. Maybe perhaps announce a few guests and maybe throw Robin in there or.
Welcome to Tonight Show. See, I don't want to scream in the middle of the hallway.
No, it's okay.
No, it's not. I don't want to do that. No.
No one's gonna hear. Come on.
I'll whisper.
Okay.
Welcome to the Tonight Show with Howard Stern. Tonight, your guests, Pamela Anderson, Nicolas Cage, music by Mumford & Sons. Here's with the co-host Robin Quivers. I'm your announcer, J.D. Harmeyer. Here's your host, Howard Stern. I see I got everybody fucking watching me, see? Turn that camera around.
Yeah. You don't imagine crickets like that.
Don't want to get those. Don't want to drag those Libra maniacs. It's crazy.
Plus, if this happens, who needs them anyway? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah, you know how much fucking announcer pussy there is?
Oh.
Probably none. Probably not. Probably not.
Here's Jewel doing a song I wrote. What the fuck am I doing?
You're writing a song for Jewel. It's so easy.
Well, I have to do it at home.
All right.
Well, this new one I wrote is called Psychedelic Nickels. It's a combo of Psychedelic B and Silver Nickels Golden Dime. Psychedelic Nickels, my new hit song. I'm going to go home tonight, and I'm going to write... Well, actually, I'll be in San Antonio tonight. So I'll go to the hotel tonight and write a song for Jewel.
All right.
And,
Then you'll present it to her?
yeah. And the theme will be this kid who fucks up and fucks his father up. Thank you for that inspiration, Ron. I got to tell you with that Scott, he's something else. I bought him a bowling ring.
Uh-huh.
Scott bowled like a 300 a couple of months ago, and it was like kind of pathetic. Like, they have a ring, but Scott wouldn't spend the money on the ring. So I said, Scott, I'm going to buy you the ring. And it's so great because the reason I love this is when Scott gets that ring, or when anything's bowling, he suddenly becomes like, he comes to life. You know how he has like no personality? And
right.
He doesn't even move his lips when he talks, barely. All of a sudden, he gets all animated with the ring, and he's carrying on. Bowling is like personality Viagra for this guy. He suddenly comes to life. Oh, there's your ring.
There's the ring.
Yeah. Look at
Beautiful.
that.
Thank you very much. I
You
love
love it. You
Look
love it.
at that.
That's great.
Perfect game, dude. That is pretty good.
Yeah, it's really
Will
nice.
people know that when they see that?
Yeah, it says 300 on it.
Those in the know.
Of course, everyone
Right in the front.
knows what it is, Robin. How dare you?
They thought I was a
Is it
fan.
like-
I don't wear
Is-
it. It's funny.
Like a
It's,
Super Bowl ring.
it's on my right hand.
That's
so
what I wondered.
yeah,
It's on my old crusty hand.
it's hard to bowl with the ring on.
Is it?
Yeah, because
Take it off.
I do. I
Now
usually
you'll
take
never
it
bowl
off.
300 again.
What'd
Who
that
stole
cost
my
me?
300 ring?
That was $1,200.
Yeah. Scott such a
Wow.
schnurr. I said,
I
what-
thank you very much.
I go, I'll pay for the ring. He goes, oh, I'll take that. He loves it, though.
No, I really
1,200.
appreciate it.
You're
It's
welcome.
Really, really nice.
But he's so happy. That bowling makes you so happy.
I love it. It really, it's something that I could do well.
Yeah.
And I
Finally we found
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Here we are at the end of your life, and we finally found something.
Even
Really.
on 9/11, when people were jumping from buildings,
right.
I was ready to bowl.
Yeah, meanwhile, though, like when he's bowling and he does badly and like all the professional bowlers are looking at him, he starts cursing We have this great montage. You got to watch Howard TV. You know, they cover all of Scott's antics, and
Right.
it's, like this, it's just every time, like he's embarrassed. Like if he only gets like 8 pins down or 9 pins, or he has a split, he'd forget about it. It's like shit, and like he acts all macho in
But
front of them.
I'm not yelling it out. I'm just like talking under my breath.
I got the tape.
Hold on, motherfucker. It's gonna be so fucking bad. Oh shit. Oh come on, really? Asshole. Fuck me. Fuck. Come on. Really? Really?
You got to figure you're gonna miss a few.
Oh, more than a few in the professional tournament. I was awful.
So what do you get all embarrassed?
Well,
in
that's
front
what I
of
was going to say.
Do you
Does he
get-
find what?
Do you get embarrassed in front of all the guys?
I do. I really do, because I know I'm pretty good as an amateur, but when you go up against them and those conditions, it's like you really have
So
to
by
practice.
cursing and everything, then they start to realize like you're
They don't
just-
know I'm cursing.
Yeah.
I'm at the foul line and I'm just cursing under my breath. They can't hear it. I got a mic on. So
Because that's the Scott I know. That's the one I hear at work every
right,
morning.
exactly.
Fuck,
Motherfuckers!
fuck you. Fuck, suck. Fuck
No,
What
you.
about those conditions make it so difficult?
Well, it's different than what you.
Oh, please.
Yeah, we don't get
Who cares about
nobody
the answer?
cares. Nobody
All right,
cares.
get out of here.
No, I'm
Take a
like,
ring
why
with you.
can't you bowl when
Because
they're
they get to
around?
practice on it every day, and I do it once a year, so
Right.
that's what's difficult.
No, Robin, you should know
Ah.
They stack the deck, those bastards.
Really.
that. The only thing Scott has going for him, he has 8 hours to rest up here before he goes bowling. Thank God for that.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't have to overwork himself.
Exactly.
All right, well,
Fingers as
congratulations.
Well,
She's
thanks
a
again. I really appreciate it.
All right, fingers.
All right.
That's my nickname.
Well,
for
he has his 300 ring, and the Pope has his fisherman's ring.
You know what's great about that sport? Like Scott, has no physical improvement from it. Like you know how like a football player, or basketball player gets this beautiful body, like with bowling.
It's not a sport in
Right.
that sense.
I have COPD.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can't breathe, and he's good at it.
it's such a great sport. Look at my body. Look at the conditioning I'm in.
To some, bowling is used for birthday party entertainment or maybe a casual Friday night out there, but for you it's so much more. Describe to me what it feels like to bowl for you. Like, what goes through your mind, your body?
It's just it's
Your
competition.
soul.
It's competition, and it's challenging. So when you can do something that's challenging and you can do it very well, it's a reward to it. So when you do well, you feel great. When you do shitty, you curse.
Many bowlers like yourself spend their entire life chasing that 300 dragon. And you, sir, have slayed it.
I have, and that makes me feel really good. And if there are those bowlers out there that keep trying, don't give up. You get there. You get there.
You thought maybe I'll never accomplish it, but here you are.
Yeah, I want to accomplish it again too. Every time I go bowling, that's my goal. Obviously, to bowl 300 every game I can. So hopefully, we'll do it again sometime.
Let's see that bling one more time.
The bling, bling, bling. Hold on, motherfucker. It's gonna be so fucking bad. Oh shit.
Gary, something we brought up before you came in, where Howard's reaction to you having 4,000 pieces of vinyl. And Steve asked me, I say, no, I call them records, but why do you think he has such a reaction to that? You
Oh,
saying
I just
pieces.
think that's just what he picked up on today. You think that if I said I had 4,000 records, he wouldn't have made fun of that?
I don't know. That in particular seemed to get under his skin today.
He just wants to fuck with
Is
me.
pieces a term that people use, or did you just
Yeah, some
miss
still
that?
people say that sometimes. It may not be. People have said that it's not ridiculous, but it's ridiculous to him. It's ridiculous to have the records.
Well, how did you feel about his critique of your appearance on Jimmy Fallon? I did notice that you didn't go in to discuss it.
No. Here's what I'll say. I got up on Saturday morning. I went to Twitter and read every imaginable insult that could be hurled at me about my teeth, about licking my lips, about what a bore I am, about how much Howard hates me, all of that. None of them said I was fat. No, so I thought that was funny that Howard goes, oh my God, he was so fat. You could see his belly hanging over. And I watch a lot of late night shows. Everybody that comes on a show does not wear a jacket. Some people don't.
Mm-hmm. So why was Howard calling you fat? Do you think he doesn't think you're fat?
I don't know what he's up to. I think this is funny. Howard's been calling a lot of people fat lately. And I sometimes wonder when Howard thinks he's fat. First of all, Howard's never been fat in 20 years or 15 years or whatever. And he was saying today to James Franco that, he's skinny fat or whatever. But Howard will put on like 4 pounds, and in his mind, he'll be fat. And I think sometimes he obsesses and then projects when he feels fat, everybody else is fat.
So you're saying Howard feels like he may be a little overweight. So anybody he talks to or sees is therefore overweight in his eyes?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, he's definitely been saying it to me and you and other people.
Well, anybody. Yeah, everybody's overweight. Listen, in his world, overweight is, it's if you're 10 pounds underweight, you're 5 pounds overweight.
Yeah, why does he have that perspective? You're right. He's a thin, in-shape guy.
I sort of get it. He was a heavy guy for a decent chunk of his life, and then he got really skinny. And it's a fear to go back.
I've never seen this fat Howard.
Oh, he was.
I've seen the pictures from camp, and he's like skinny like a
right.
rail.
But then later on, he got fat. When I first met him, maybe he thought he was fatter than he was. I know that the story that he tells on the air all the time that really traumatizes him was that he was walking with his parka on and his whole ass filled with the parka. Somebody walked by and go, "Hey, fat ass." And there's another one where they were at a concert. I think it was a Rolling Stones concert at RFK Stadium, and somebody yelled, "Sit down, fat ass." And Howard was like, "I can't, is that me?" And it was really upsetting to him.
But once he took the weight off, he hasn't gone back. I mean, he's been very strict about that. But you're right. I have noticed that he will say he's fat, and he looks anything but.
Exactly. I mean, he's in pretty amazing shape, and I don't know if I'm allowed. He's going to get older soon. He's going to be 60 in January. He's in fucking great shape. He doesn't look like anybody his age.
How did you feel doing Fallon? Like, were you thinking, what's Howard going to goof on? Or I
thought it was great. Howard said he spoke to me for like 4 or 5 minutes. I think he spoke to everybody for like 5 minutes. But again, I'm the third guest. I'm lucky to be on. I'm not expecting him to do an in-depth interview with me. He's a great guy. It's a great experience over there. They treat you like a king. And the point was to go, and of course we're talking about vinyl. We're promoting the show. It wasn't like I went there to talk about the Howard Stern show and hijacked it to talking about vinyl.
Well, I thought you did a good job.
And I thought I did a good job promoting the Howard Stern show. I talked about the Billy Joel interview. The Sirius XM plug got in. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Were you mad that here's the one thing I got a little bit of on Twitter too. Were you mad that I didn't mention you?
What do you mean?
That I didn't say, "Oh, I do a show with my buddy John Hine."
No, I figured you guys discussed it before, and you're saying you're just going to talk about. No, I don't care. I mean, what are you going to do in that situation? You answer the questions.
Because there were some people like, "Oh, I could see. Here's the crack between Sean and Gary. The friendship is over."
Well, I told you I was totally jealous you were doing it, but as we talked about off the air, I said, if you're going to promote the show, you have to do it.
And I wanted John to be there. It's totally easier when there's two of us than one.
John, did you get to do anything?
Hold on a second.
John, did you get to do anything exciting instead?
Yeah, I got to see my daughter Emily perform in Urinetown. So while I was doing that, Gary was on with Elizabeth Mitchell.
I was hanging out with Kevin Bacon. Yeah. Myself was taking pictures with Questlove. We were having a blast.
Shauna, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hi, this is Shayna.
Oh, hi, Shayna. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Baba Booey, I love you. You are not fat. You're beautiful.
Thank you, Shayna.
You're welcome. All right, so I have a theory. First of all, I'm a Jewish girl, and Jewish parents obsess about weight. There's two things that you can't, the worst things that you could be are fat and not keep your house clean. And I think Howard's parents probably obsessed about it, and it's just stuck in his head.
Well, Howard's told a story on the air before of his parents sitting him down and saying, look, you're not in good shape. You have to clean up your act. You need to get thinner, and more from a health perspective, though, I think, than a viewing perspective. Would you agree, Gary?
Yes, they were doing it more for the health thing. But it's funny that you say that Jewish people are obsessed with weight, because Jews, like Italians, are also obsessed with food.
Yes, and sometimes that combination doesn't work out that
exactly.
well. As if you look at some of our staff, including myself, you can see that happen. Thank you for your call. Let's go over to Jack in Savannah. Jack, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. Hey, yeah, real quick, on that thing with Howard being obsessed with Gary's vinyl obsession, I guess we could call it. I think it's the same principle as people that become sports encyclopedias that have absolutely no sports aptitude whatsoever to compensate for it. I think it's the same thing. Gary wishes he was a rock star, wish he was associated with the music industry, and that's his way of compensating for it. And it gets under Howard's skin. I think that's my take on it. And by the way, Michelle Shocked, that was Anchored Down in Anchorage,
yes.
was a little minor hit. Remember that?
Yes.
Keep the shits on.
It was yeah, I remember it well actually. Jack, here's what I would say. I always love music. I don't think I'm overcompensating, and in some strange way, I am in the music business. I get to work with musicians every day. I get to book some of the bands that I grew up loving on the show. So I actually do work in the music business.
What do you think about my theory, though, is why that's Howard's gets under his craw? Do you think it's something like that?
I don't know. I don't think that's it, but I would love to hear more theories.
Today, I think it was because you called it pieces. That's what got to him.
But that's something he could grab onto. I just think today he was looking to grab onto something.
No, because if you his take was you're saying it as if you're the scholar and versus just saying, hey, I got a bunch of records. But you're right. He could take any angle to go after you if he wants to. All right, Jennifer in Jersey, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, I understand that poking fun makes for good radio, but is there ever a time that your feelings get really hurt, Baba Booey, online, or, when you're on the air and then after the show, Howard really apologizes? Or is there ever a time where you're like, enough is enough?
Well, a lot of times enough is enough, but what are you going to do? If you would have called 6 months ago, I would say Howard has never apologized to me off the air. But I think we talked about this on the air. After the Carol Miller whooping cough incident, when Howard really just skewered me the whole day, made me feel like I had infected half of America and everything. He called me that afternoon and he said he might have gone a little far, and then I felt worse. That sometimes I wish he would do that, but then it makes me feel worse. I can't explain it.
Did you tell me that you ended up apologizing to him after he apologized to you?
Yeah, I was like, don't worry about it. But that actually, I sort of felt good because I thought that it had gone to a very dark place that day, where it was personal about what a fucking loser and asshole I am, and I was starting to fear for my job.
I like that Jennifer asked you a really sincere question about your thoughts, but refers to you as Baba Booey the whole time.
That's okay. I am Baba, but I am Baba Booey to a lot of people. I don't get offended by that.
Well, I love you. I love listening to you guys, especially after the Howard Show.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Bye-bye.
John in Michigan, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Gary, Baba Booey, happy birthday. A little late. Mine was March 7th.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
I wanted to say, I am a DJ, KJ, karaoke, that kind of stuff, and I want to defend on the pieces of vinyl statement. I would say I probably have 15,000 or more pieces of vinyl, but you got to break it down into 45s, 78s, 33s, different brackets from that. So I don't know why he had to give you such a ration of hell about that, because pieces are pieces.
So,
right?
John, it would be inaccurate to call them albums because they're not all albums. They're all records, correct?
Right. So now it includes my 78s and my 45s.
Right. Pieces of vinyl would be total vinyl, whether it's 45, 78, 33. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then you break it down in brackets from there. So him saying, in Baba Booey said, I got 5,000 pieces of vinyl. Well, how many of those pieces of vinyl are 78s? How many are 45s? Yada, yada. How many individual
I will say this. It's an expression that I've been using for a long time that I probably got with the guys at the record store. And it might sound odd to some people, but I will say this. I'm certainly not trying to show off.
Okay. Thank you, John. Lee in Florida, you're on the wrap-up show. Lee, are you there?
Oh, hi. Yes, this is for Gary. I think the reason Howard picks on him so much is that he loves you so much, and part of the thing is that the whole premise of the show is they bust each other's balls.
Gary, do you agree with Lee? He picks on you because he loves you?
I would agree more if I got the love part somewhere. Like if Howard said once every 6 months, I pick on you because I love you. But I don't get the love part, so I have to. It's inferred, Howard and I are Howard's my hard ass dad. I just have to know he loves me without him saying it.
He has said it though from time to time. Oh, I love Babu, and then he goes through a 20-minute bit about something you do wrong, but he does say it.
Yeah, but that's like Don Rickles go, I love you, and then he insults you.
Yes,
but does he love you, or is it just something to say to soften you while he's making fun of you?
Oh, I think Howard loves you.
I do too.
But I think he loves to pick on you more.
Right.
And he knows it's entertaining for the show.
I mean, it's 99% fucking with me and 1% telling people he loves me.
Tuesday's wrap-up show, I wanted to talk about how Howard dislikes the block party and how he dislikes Gary working with John Hine on their TV show. I try to describe with Shuli that we're really not doing anything bad. We're doing something good for the show, but Howard doesn't seem to understand that. So You guys should check it out and see what happened.
Howard feels that he wasn't he wasn't overwhelmingly negative in his critique of Gary's Fallon appearance. And Gary came in swinging this morning. I thought he was definitely looking for a fight, and he got one. And I thought he handled himself okay, but Gary wouldn't leave. And it was just, pounding after pounding. So we'll see how he's holding up when he comes in here. And then when Gary left, it was Ronnie's turn for the block party. And Howard says it's a blemish and had not too kind a word to say about that. He was commenting on Lisa G's book. He was commenting on all of these other projects that people here are doing, and feels that it's, you work for the Howard Stern show, and if you have any extra time, it should be spent working for this show or, doing, I guess, whatever you want to do personally, but not necessarily other projects. And Gary, it seemed like this morning you were looking for a fight when you went in there.
Well, I think I was the lightning rod. I mean, when he started first thing in the morning, what happened was he goes, geez, I never heard Pieces of Vinyl. And I said to him, I wasn't looking for a fight. I said, it's not an unheard of expression. Well, I never heard it. And so I think he was looking for a fight too. He saw me getting a little unnerved and he was baiting me.
No, I'm saying I think you were looking for a fight.
What do you mean?
I thought you were angry about the Pieces of, and his whole critique of him.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, to some degree, I called him out to just be up front. And I think that I could have gone on Jimmy Fallon with firecrackers and Roman candles spitting out of my ass and done the greatest thing in the world, and he would have found fault with it.
Did it hurt your feelings when he said he watched it only because he had to, not because he wanted to?
It didn't hurt my feelings, but it was an obvious insult. Like, it was meant to be insulting.
And Robin?
What about her?
She was piling on quite a bit this morning, I thought, with you. And
well, she must be working on her book.
Well, that's fair, That's...
No, I mean, she's working on a book. And again, everybody here isn't created equal, but let's be upfront.
It's different rules for different people. That's that.
True.
And
That's
I mean,
true.
myself included, I think. And you have to suffer through that sometimes, and sometimes you benefit from that. But Howard said that he felt he wasn't overwhelmingly negative in his critique of you.
I'm laughing because while you're saying this to me, you're looking at me and you're smiling.
Yeah, because he was overwhelmingly negative in his critique of you. But Robin always takes the angle that Howard's trying to help.
Right.
You learn from this sort of thing.
Right.
Do you feel like you've learned anything from this?
Well, I mean, I learned that he doesn't like us doing the show. But I mean, the whole stuff about the way I dressed, I think, again, he's just, listen, did I look phenomenal? No. Did I look horrific? No. I think it was just something he felt like picking out because he wanted to fuck with me.
Do you feel skinnier because we're on TV together and I make you look thinner?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And several people have told me that.
Yeah, me too.
Although somebody told me that you make me look older.
People have said to me that they didn't realize how much taller I am than you.
Right. But I got one of my best friends, the guy who's best man at my wedding, he said, you got to stay away from that guy. He's making you look old. He's got black hair. You're all gray.
Well, not even all my hair. But look, you take your lumps like anything else, but our show wasn't the only thing that was picked on. He called out Lisa's book. He called out the block party. He really called out any outside project and said, you know what? When the show's not on, you should be working here. In my experience working here, and I've worked a bunch of other places, I've never seen, for the most part, people who work harder on a show. I mean, everybody here sort of obviously loves the show, but people dedicate their lives really to this show. Do you think that's a fair thing to say?
I do. And Will's come on and said, I forget the expression he uses. It's, it's not a job. It's a lifestyle. You don't go home. I don't go home at 4 p.m. and go, turning off my phone. I'm not looking at my email. I'm done for the day. That's just impossible. There's many nights that I'm doing show material, even on Sunday. Howard and I were on the phone 3 times on Sunday.
I did understand Howard's distinction, though, when the caller called in later about this. He is the boss. If he wants to do AGT, that's his call. And if he wants to make sure that we're working 24/7, that's his call also. That's what a boss does. It's a matter of how if we were on board for that sort of thing.
I think that there was some information that was given to us a couple of years ago that may have changed. And I think it's a discussion that I'll probably inevitably have with him off the air. But, even if you listened on the air, you heard Howard say however many years ago when he was waiting to sign the contract that we're in now, I can't sleep at night because I worry about you guys. I worry that I'm responsible for you. You guys need to figure out a future. So some people tried to figure out a future, and I think that seems to bother him. So I got to figure it out.
Craig and Madison, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hi, Craig.
Hey, Gary. Due respect, if I worked for Howard, I would have kicked him in the balls by now for the way he treats you.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
All right, I know, but I'm just saying, you really put up with a lot of shit. Okay, there's no reason for these Ronnie's block parties to be canceled. Howard created the monster. He turns his employees into semi-celebrities, and then they milk it. What's wrong with that? Look at Jackie the Joke Man, all the stuff he sold. Look at Artie. Where would he be? He's on DirecTV. He's got his own show, and he's too fat to fish. Baba Booey, you wrote that stupid autobiography. You never would have been able to write that. And even Fred milked it with his band.
Well, I think let's take it back. With Artie and Jackie, they both arrived here with careers. So I think when Jackie started, he was a stand-up comedian. It may not have been a great career, and his career got dramatically better while he was here.
But he was established.
But he was established as a comedian. So his plugs were actually, written into his contract, which is a whole other story we should talk about one day. And with Artie arrived here as a guy who'd already been on a network television show and also had an established stand-up career, which also got dramatically better while he was here. So again, I think, them plugging or going out and doing gigs is something that you knew you hired a guy and he does this other stuff, and you knew you were going to deal with that. I think for somebody like me who started on the show as a kid in college, it developed, and so maybe Howard feels he has a little bit more say over how that works. And he's right. Do I think that I would have sold over 100,000 books without being on the show? Who would give a shit about my story at all? Mm-hmm. Of course I'm aware of that. And even that John and I got a show, I think John and I do good on this show, and I think we do a good job on the other show, but we don't make any pretense that we would have gotten a show without being on this show.
Well, I think you draw on a distinction that we talked about last week, which is those who were born and raised, as I like to say, on the show versus those who came to the show after they did something else. And I think Howard makes a distinction in his mind about that, whether it's you or Sal or, JD, Ronnie, all these people who came here, this was their job, and then became famous, quote unquote, for being on the Howard Stern show. Whereas other people, maybe Richard, had done something else and maybe different rules apply to everybody. But I don't think anyone here kids themselves that the success from our outside project doesn't stem off of the success of the show. If the fans of the show don't support our outside projects, then nobody's going anywhere. But
well, the people who kidded themselves about that are no longer here.
Right. That's right. But doing those outside projects isn't necessarily a reflection on your involvement within this show. And that's what I think is getting missed here.
I agree, but I think with Howard, it's very black or white. If you're not doing something for me, then you're doing something that's not for me. And I think it's as simple as that. You're doing something that doesn't benefit me, so why are you doing it?
And he wasn't stopping. This morning, he was genuinely pissed off, said, quote, he doesn't like the outside projects, and it's got to come to a stop. And the block party took a major hit, with Ronnie, and Ronnie went in there to defend himself, of course, and didn't do a very good job. And now the block party, I'm guessing, Shuli, that the guys are thinking twice about it because Howard's saying, I really don't want you doing that sort of thing.
It's not even about thinking at this point. He's the boss. What he says goes. And if he's not happy with it, then, we're not going to continue to do it. The thing that bums me out is, A, he's never seen what we do. And I'm not saying he should come to a show. I don't even know that he would like it. But I think the picture he's painting in his mind is much, much different than what we're actually doing.
He's seen it. We've seen a telescope version of it.
Well, but that's not the show. A telescope version is not what we do, and,
right.
and so he hasn't seen it.
Right.
But that's the reality of it.
The other thing you run up against, though, Shuli, is I think, for example, Gary and I's show is separate from this show in a way, whereas yours could be viewed as an extension of the show, like a Howard Stern show on the road.
And look, the whole block party got started based on the fact that, there are people who work here that, look, we live in New York. It's expensive as hell to live out here on the East Coast. And, you got to make ends meet somehow, some way. So it was put together as a goof. Did I think that, a year later we'd be selling out shows across the country? Absolutely not. And it took off. And I think it took off because people are actually enjoying it. If they didn't, like you said, John, they wouldn't support it and they wouldn't buy tickets. And, I don't know.
You bring up an interesting point because I was, now that we're talking really bluntly about this, I was sort of surprised when you guys first started that Howard sort of let it happen.
Right.
Because there were other things like it that he had put the squash on.
Absolutely.
Stuttering John had been out in his version of this. And
we did the Killers of Comedy before the Block Party.
All that sort of stuff. But I think that once it became, it's weird, like if it's John had a great move. John just hired 3 good comedians and called it Stuttering John's Comedy Show or whatever.
Stuttering John and Friends.
Stuttering John and Friends. But I think that the Block Party, what Ronnie up front for whatever it is, but when it started, I was surprised that he let it go. And I think that because it was sort of this quiet little thing, he didn't really pay that much attention to it. I think when it got big, it caught his attention.
What's strange to me also is that, he, when he's screaming how much he hates it, I think back of, me and Scott fighting in studio over money, or JD telling, stories about getting laid on the road. And, it didn't seem that he had a problem with it as on the scale that he does now then.
Right. The only thing I would say is, and I think you would admit this, but others in the Block Party wouldn't, it has provided tons of show content.
Absolutely.
But let's not kid ourselves. That's not why you guys are doing it.
No, absolutely
I think
not.
Ronnie thinks he's doing it because it provides show content and he enjoys it.
No, Ronnie does it. I can tell you without a doubt that Ronnie does it because he loves doing it.
What does he love about it?
It's the Ronnie Munn Block Party.
I get it.
But I think that's what he loves about it.
He really does. He loves that there's people coming out to see, his show, and he just digs it. He's completely, he was in a shell. He was like, he wasn't into it at first. And once he got the bug, he's like, he's Mr. Block Party. He loves doing it.
Ronnie, do you feel like the success of the Block Party has changed you in a way?
What are you talking about? I'm the same miserable asshole. What's the difference?
You know what I mean. Like Shuli was saying before, that you enjoy the fame of the Block Party, being the guy on stage,
I enjoy
making sure
doing the
everybody's
Block Party.
having a
It's
good
fun
time.
being out there with the people. I like it.
But
is something wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Clearly, he's a people person.
But my question is,
I am a people person. When I get around the fans, I'm a people person.
But my question,
ask them. They love coming to the shows.
But my question is, do you need sort of a stage and fans for it, or are you that way whether you're on stage or off? Do you know what I mean?
Well, you know how I am when I'm off, so why would you even ask the question?
Stupid question, John. Dumb question.
I know how you are with me, Ronnie. We're friends.
Yeah, we are. I hope.
But I'm saying, like,
Ronnie, can I make a point here? If Matt Lauer was interviewing a friend, and every time Matt asked a question, the guy and he goes, "You know how I am. You know me." Then the audience wouldn't get anything out of it.
But the audience knows my routine here. I mean, I get my ass busted.
You understand? If John asks a question that he knows the answer to, he might think the audience needs to know the answer.
Ask the question again, John.
May I, Ronnie?
Yeah, be my guest.
No, I don't want to. I'm going to move on to a different one. After Gary was in there for a while, getting beat up pretty bad for his pieces of vinyl and Fallon and weight and everything else, Howard quickly shifted to the Block Party, and he played, I guess, Stephanie read. Oh, he was going to play Stephanie reading a poem.
He did play it, didn't he?
And you went right in there, and
I didn't go right in there right away. I asked Gary, "Should I go in?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think so." So I wasn't sure whether you're going to go in.
What did you think of Howard's take, calling the Block Party a blemish, and he's embarrassed by it? He doesn't sound like he wants it to keep going.
A pubic hair in his hamburger.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. So,
well, where's the confusion?
What do you mean? Where's he? I don't know anymore. I don't know. I just don't know.
What are you going to do?
Well, we're booked up till the end of the year, so I don't know if he wants to.
How much? When you say booked up, how many shows are you talking about left?
We do
6,
one
10?
show a month.
One a month.
Okay. So
we're talking like 8, 9 shows.
Will
left.
you book new shows?
Again, I don't know what to do. Okay.
Well, Shuli,
let me ask you a question. If somebody comes to your office and you another TV show, what are you going to do?
I got to think about it.
I got to think about it too.
And from my point of view, I just want to make sure rock solid one way or the other. If he wants it stopped, then it will stop.
But what he said today he wants it stopped. So what do you need to hear?
I think
because I've heard different things.
I think we're getting into Greg Fitzsimmons forward territory.
What do you mean?
I don't think Howard wants to come out and say, Shuli, Ronnie, stop it.
But that's all he's been saying. So
But
I don't
no.
understand.
But he does and he doesn't say it. Like when he's on the show, he says,
And this
I
is
want
why-
this to go away, this and that. But
Well, he said the same thing about your show. So what are you breaking my balls for?
Because our show's already taped and in the can. There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, we have tickets sold already too.
Okay, so then you're going to keep doing your live shows, and like you said, you're scheduled through the rest of the year.
Okay.
And like you said, when you said Howard did say it and didn't say it, that's why I'm asking for solid clarification, just so I know that, I can tell the promoter, don't book any more shows.
If Shuli asked for solid clarification like that, Howard was going to say, I want it done. And then does it stop? Or like,
No,
would it be a
Howard's-
mistake for Shuli to ask that question?
It's a mistake if he wants the answer he wants. Because I think if you ask Howard that question, it will be no. I want it stopped. I think that's what it'll say. I took a little offense today too when Howard said, "I wish I had an executive producer who could handle these things for me." But I didn't know what he wanted. He never. The block party was on the road for a long time, and Howard never said to me in any way, shape, or form that he wanted it stopped. I would do what he needs to have done. I would have that conversation.
And I have no problem stopping it. None at all. If that's what he wants, he is the boss. What he says goes, and it will be done.
Tom and Boston.
But how come you didn't have a problem when Scott was on it? And I don't get it.
What do you mean,
Scott
Ron?
tortured you?
Because when Scott was on it, every day it was another thing about the block party.
But I think when Scott was on it, it wasn't as big as it is now.
Wasn't the
it didn't-
juggernaut.
And yeah, didn't become the force that it's become out there in the comedy
force, yeah,
world.
okay.
So you guys are drawing very well.
Yeah, I know we are.
And
I thought that would make him, and say what you want. I thought that would make him happy. I thought being out there with the fans and doing this kind of stuff, they're enjoying it. I thought it was some kind of interaction with the show. I thought he might like. I thought he liked it. I thought he did. I guess he doesn't. So if he wants it over with, fine.
Do you feel like you're representing the show when you guys go out there?
A little bit. You don't think so?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe that's what he doesn't want.
All right. Why is he climbing all over my fucking ass when he's doing all his own shows?
I think he's got a problem with you.
I'm not climbing over anybody. Tom in Boston, you're on the wrap-up show.
John, you ask everybody what the problem is. The way I see it is Gary, Shuli, Ronnie. I think everybody there, especially those three, really worked their ass off for Howard, and it just feels like they're beaten. Like they didn't do anything wrong. They're trying to make money. It's funny when someone goes to AGT and drops $15 million on a part-time job. Here these guys are just trying to make ends meet a little bit more, and I just think that sometimes Howard gets a little pompous, and I love him to death, but and these guys are like, wow, we're just trying to make money. We're not doing anything wrong. We're not cutting up the show, and here we're getting shit on. And Gary, you are his executive producer, and you let him shit on you. Every single thing you do outside that show, he shits on you. If Artie was there doing something, do you think Artie would come in and say, oh, Artie, you look like a fat fuck? He would never do that.
But we discussed
you because you let him.
We discussed not because I let him. We discussed that earlier because Artie had a career coming in, and I'm going to make a big point here right now. I'm pretty sure John will agree with me. My motivation for doing the TV show is not money. If I told you what we make, it's almost nothing. It's almost not worth doing it. My motivation for doing it is to be prepared for when Howard's done. Now Howard might say, "Well, what the fuck are you doing? Who would want you when I'm done?" And that's a legitimate question to ask, but I'm at least making an effort to try to establish something that somebody might be interested in when he's done.
I can't speak for the block party, but I agree with Gary. That's why we did it. We're looking to maybe, do something with our careers once Howard finishes, because you don't want Howard to end and be like, okay, now what do we do?
Well, Shuli has a career as a comedian, and I think, having the block parties, if it does end, at least he's out there. He's got his name out there, and he maybe can go a little bigger than he was before, because before he wasn't, drawing the crowds he's drawing now.
So Ronnie, John and I are out there trying to establish ourselves as maybe hosts for down the road. Shuli's out there trying to establish himself as a comedian. I think you like the money, but I don't think you do it for the money. So what's your motivation?
I just like doing it. I mean, I like being on the road with these guys. We have a good time. And like I said, I like hanging with the people. And that's it. I mean, I don't have to do it. Without a doubt, I don't have to do it.
And
I make a fine living here between the limo business and the security. I make a fine living that I don't have to do it. The money is great. You know, whatever it is, it goes. To be honest with you, last year, the money that I made, I bought my Corvette with. I got something for myself out of it.
Would you think it's fair to say, don't take this as an insult because it's not, you might hear the word, think of it, that for you it's mostly about ego?
No, it's not ego at all.
And ego that it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good to do it.
I like doing it. Yeah, I like doing it. I've said it 100 times. I like doing it. I like being out there with the people.
But I
enjoy it.
That is ego.
But it's not ego to me.
Ego's not a negative word.
Yeah, I know. But
it means it makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, I like it. I do. I like doing it.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, JD spoke about where he found anal massage clips, and then the conversation quickly turned to Benji, who's wearing lifts, which are about this big. Benji claims he's 5'8". None of us believe him, and so we had a long, detailed discussion about Benji, his height, and everything else that's